actually in the screen?
Yep, the red bullseye middle. And it's recording. Don't worry.
Come on.
But you're not smiling.
Well, I'm not ready to shoot yet. Hello again, everyone. FG here. And this is my 3D printer. Well, one of my 3D printer projects. This is actually the first one that actually came out that didn't come out lopsided or misprint or, well, I don't know, any of you who ever fooled with a 3D printer when you're first getting it set up. Yeah, you probably had a few mistakes along the way. So here is 3 iterations of a project, which is, as I kind of put it, the answer to a question that nobody asked. And you're probably like, see what? So I'm gonna show you what's going on here. So this was the first, and as you can see, it kind of looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer, although it really wasn't supposed to. This big ridge down here is wrong. It was supposed to be flat all the way across. The printer screwed up, and you can see where all this cross hatching is. That's actually the inside of the print. When I realized what it was doing and it went nuts, I just stopped it because all I was doing was wasting material. So that was iteration 1. Here's iteration 2. This one didn't do so bad. At least it came out in one piece. And here is the final over here, and you're probably like, okay, great. So you showed me 3 different items. What in the world do they do? Well, allow me to demonstrate. This is going to fit right in there like that, and this is going to mount to the side of the airbox, and this is actually the front axle vent tube, which Nissan just kind of leaves hanging. They don't put any kind of a cap or screen or filter of any sort on it, which I think is kind of a little absurd. You know, given that water and insects might decide to, you know, make a little home for themselves in there or something of that sort. So I decided to do something about it, and like I said, since I have a 3D printer and I'm kind of scratching my head trying to figure out what to do with it, well, one night, or I should say one morning at 1:30, about between 1:15 and 1:30 a.m., I just wake up bolt upright in bed, and I'm like, okay, this popped into my head. And I don't know if you've ever had one of those days where you just got this weird thing and you cannot get rid of it out of your head until you do something with it. So I tried for an hour to ignore it and go back to sleep and couldn't. So at about 2:30 in the morning, I'm on my computer designing this using Carrara, and then using the clipping program, which goes ahead and does what it calls a slice, which turns this into a file that the printer can read, and then created this. So I'll be with you in a moment, and I'll show you how this is going to mount up. Like I said, is it really a part that anybody needs? Honestly, no. I just thought it was kind of neat, and so I dressed it up a little bit instead of just being a very plain looking L-shaped bracket like it could be. I went ahead and gave it some character. I bull-nosed the end over here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to read this, but it says the Kyber Pass Edition by Martel Designs, which is a company that I am considering starting up. I got to see about registrations and all those sorts of things, you know, all the stuff that needs to go with a business. And I may try to start possibly making some parts of my own, and also possibly becoming a wholesaler for some of the other companies that are out there, to make things easier to find, and possibly selling them maybe in groups or collections, whatever you'd like to call it, so that you don't have to buy each piece individually, pay shipping individually, and all that sort of nonsense, and just have an easier clearinghouse to do things. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. But anyway, I'll get back to you in a moment, and I'll show you where that's going to mount. So hold tight. All right, everyone, and here it is. We're back. Like I said, pretty simple project. As I'd mentioned, a lot of people are probably going to look at this and go, wow, the answer to a question that nobody asked. But hey, It's a little bit of bling. I thought it was kind of cool. Let me move around here a little bit, and there she is. It's got the text basically molded in, and there's the factory. Okay, so this is the factory hose right up to here where this clamp is. And what they do is they just leave this hanging. Let me see if I can get down in here behind the air box. Let me see if I can get the angle. Hopefully you can see it, right? Oh gosh, I need to point with my finger in my hands and an arm. Okay, anyway, here, let me try a screwdriver. Here we go. See where the screwdriver's pointing? This is where the factory just puts a little wire tie kind of clamping thing here, and that's it. That's all they did. They just leave it right there. It's wide open. Water could get in, bugs, anything else. It just baffles me that they thought that was an okay answer. And so I didn't like that. So I went ahead and did something about it. Like I'd mentioned. This piece here, the K&N's $8. The through fitting, I think, was $1 or $2. And a couple of clamps. And that's pretty much it. See, now that'll keep the water and any insects and whatever else from getting inside. And I think it's a much better solution. A lot of people have done the rear axle mod, very similar to this, up behind the taillight or on the frame somewhere or something of that nature to keep material from getting into the rear axle. Well, why wouldn't you treat the front differential any differently? So that's it for today, and thank you for joining, and thank you for watching, and until next time, go out and have some fun and get her muddy. I'll see you soon. Bye. I actually probably should do these videos with a script. LOL, insert here, right? Actually, I forgot to mention two things, and these are kind of important. All right, so this half of the air box, and yeah, you can see my Dean Moon, my moon eyes, if any of you are old enough to remember them and him. So this is the clean half of the air cleaner, and obviously this is the dirty half. So these screws are actually in to the clean side, which is air passing into the engine. So I use stainless steel screws to mount this, and while I was doing so, I actually opened the air box, took out the air filter element, and made sure that no plastic, as I was drilling, any of those little hairs that get loose, start flying around, that none of those got into here, because the filter would not catch them. They'd be on the wrong side. They would go straight in through the intake and right on into the engine. So even though they're plastic, I'm not sure what that would do, but I'm not planning on finding out. So as I'd mentioned, these are stainless steel screws, so I don't have to worry about them corroding later and shedding particles of rust that could get drawn into the engine. So that takes care of that problem. And as I'd also mentioned, I made sure that no particles fell in. So that's basically my postscript for the video. So until next time, enjoy.